Motion inputs are not good design. They are not the future of fighting games.
I don't think you're going to be able to press down special and you get a flash kick for Guile.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
After this game comes out, there is no coming back.
There's been a lot of talk around the FGC recently about Project L and specifically the way it could change video games, especially with its control system and free-to-play aspects. I'm here to give you my 2 cents on the matter. I think that Project L is the next step for fighting games. And here's why. Project L is the next fighting game created by Riot Games, the ones that made a very small, very under-the-radar game. May know it well, League of Legends. It's pretty popular, for lack of a better term. I think that it'll be wonderful seeing this game thrive, and seeing that this game is able to show that one-button specials isn't exactly the worst thing in the world. In fact, it doesn't take away from any of the complexity of fighting games in general. It's just what people think makes fighting games more complex. Now, before anyone comes to lambast me, I do want to note that a lot of games with these one-button systems already exist and have quite a bit of complexity. Smash has zero to depth that no other fighting game can absolutely compare to, and neither does Tekken, although that one was less to do with the format of the game itself, and more the fact that you have 200 moves for your more basic characters that you can start with. But there's one game in particular that I do want to talk about. One game that really proves to me that all the talk about this system being bad for fighting games is garbage. Now, I know it's a bit weird to start switching games already, but Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising is a game that is being published by Cygames and developed by Arc Systems. Basically, it's going to be a game that is a fighting game based on the Granblue Fantasy vs. roster. That being said, Granblue Fantasy vs. already had a decent system with one-button specials. That being that you're able to press that button and get those specials out, but at the cost of a cooldown meter. That being said, this new game's not going to have that cooldown meter. At least, not in the same vein that Versus had. This is going to tremendously be amazing for anybody getting new to fighting games, because now you have a footsies based, less so combo based, but somewhat combo based game that's simple enough to pick up, easy to play for everyone, even people that don't want to learn the specials of a quarter circle or a Shoryuken motion, but insanely hard to master, because there's still the intricacies of neutral, of advantage, of disadvantage, and everything else that comes with fighting games that don't have to do with the controls. I think that's my main point here. Controls don't mean the complexity of the game. So why does a fighting game have to have complex controls? And I think, like it or not, Project L is going to show us that. Think about how many people play League of Legends. Think about how many people moved over with Valorant when that stuff was getting made. It's going to be a drop in the bucket. Project L is going to have so many more people just because League of Legends is such a large fan base that basically you can't expect that fighting games aren't going to be affected by this. And I think they'll be affected positively by seeing that things like rollback, things like online play, things like accessible controls to new players are amazing and are necessary to really bring fighting games out of their niche. It literally, it just has to happen, guys. It just has to happen. And as for the controls aspect, I don't think it just affects new players as well. I am an advocate for specific things, LGBT issues and black issues in particular. But one thing that I care about, because a lot of my friends have this, is disability. Disability of all kinds are important to me. And I think specifically for this game, this will really help with people with disability that can't exactly control a joystick very well with their thumbs. Or can't use a fight stick that well with their hands. Imagine there's someone that has a hard time using their hands that makes it much easier, and the only game they can really play is Project L because of its specific control scheme. I think that would be amazing. Being able to bring people into a space that we have that weren't able to previously because of physical limitations would be fantastic. Project L is going to be such a big move, not only control-wise, but many other reasons. Honestly, other reasons that I don't want to mention in this video, because while I am rambling quite a bit, I do want to keep a focus. And that focus is this. Project L's controls are the next steps in fighting games. There's nothing you can do to change my mind on that. And with all that being said, I'm curious to hear your own thoughts on the matter. And I know this has brought up quite a bit of debate, but I really wanted to put my own 2 cents on the issue. Plus, I need to make sure there's something coming on this channel, and I figured that this would be a good topic for me to talk about. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you later, if nothing else.